A small boat drifts through dark waters at midnight, dozens of families aboard, carrying not luggage, but hope. Behind them lie war, famine, or persecution. Ahead, uncertainty, borders, guards, and politics. Migration is as old as humanity itself. But today, in a world of passports, fences, and nationalism, the movement of people has become one of the most divisive political issues of our time. Welcome to the world of global migration and refugee politics, where humanity's oldest instinct to move meets the modern world's hardest questions. Welcome back to the Learning Studio. You're watching our political science series, and in today's episode, we'll explore global migration and refugee politics. How people on the move are reshaping societies, economies, and international relations. We'll discuss why migration happens, how countries respond, and why the refugee crisis is not just a humanitarian issue. It's a test of our political and moral systems. And in our next episode, we'll explore human rights and global justice, diving into how the world defines and defends dignity, equality, and fairness. Why people move migration happens for many reasons. Economic migration, seeking jobs or better living standards. Forced migration, escaping war, persecution, or natural disasters. Climate migration, fleeing droughts, floods, and environmental collapse. According to the UN, over 280 million people live outside their home countries today, and more than 36 million are displaced due to conflict and persecution. Behind each number is a story, a dream, a loss, a search for safety. Refugees versus migrants. Understanding the difference. Migrants choose to move, often for work or education. Refugees are forced to flee, protected under international law, especially by the 1951 Refugee Convention and the UNHCR, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. But in practice, politics often blurs the line, and compassion competes with national interest. The politics of borders. Borders define nations, but migration tests them. Countries debate who belongs and who doesn't. Some see migration as an opportunity for diversity and economic growth. Others frame it as a security or cultural threat. We see this tension everywhere, from the US-Mexico border to the European refugee crisis to Rohingya refugees in Asia. Migration has become a mirror reflecting both humanity's compassion and its fears. The global refugee crisis conflict in Syria, Ukraine, Afghanistan, and parts of Africa has created one of the largest refugee waves since World War II. Meanwhile, climate change is pushing millions more to leave unlivable regions, creating the world's first climate refugees. These crises are not just humanitarian, they are deeply political. Nations debate quotas, citizenship, and responsibility, while refugees remain caught between policies and politics. Migration and security. Migration also affects domestic and global security debates. Governments worry about terrorism, illegal trafficking, or cultural integration. But closing borders doesn't solve the issue, it only pushes it underground. The real challenge is finding balance. Security with empathy, sovereignty with solidarity. Migration is not a threat, it's the story of humanity. Every nation today was once shaped by movement, of people, ideas, and dreams. But as walls rise and rhetoric hardens, the politics of migration will define the moral compass of the 21st century. And that's today's lecture on global migration and refugee politics, where compassion meets controversy and the fate of millions meets the policies of nations. In our next episode, we'll explore human rights and global justice, asking how the world protects dignity, equality, and freedom in an unequal age. This is the Learning Studio, where learning never stops. See you in the next class.